Welcome to the Right to Reason podcast. I am your host, Robert Stanley. Today, we are discussing the Kyle Rittenhouse case.
It's the Right to Reason podcast.
Footage that you likely haven't seen anywhere else. I think you'll enjoy it. I put a lot of time into it. It's a heated topic, and the guests go fucking crazy.
This episode of the Right to Reason podcast is brought to you by our patrons and contributors like me. We have all recognized the value of the unrestrained marketplace of ideas and have decided to make a difference. You can make a difference too. Contribute at patreon.com/right and learn more about your right to reason at therighttoreason.com. Your activism is appreciated.
Things get heated right when I'm trying to show video footage of a dumpster fire, which is appropriate. You'll actually get to see / hear me get angry. I've never shown myself in over 4 years of broadcasting getting angry before, but when I get mad, I get quiet and very concise. Ben says, just play the fucking video, and it just rubs me the wrong way. He called after this and apologized. He's a really great guy and stood firm on his convictions, but asked that we maintain a friendship. I responded in light fashion and admitted that I did interrupt him. But here it is. Today we're talking to Pastor Mark from, what is it, Mark? YouTube / Pastor Mark?
That's it.
And Brent Lee from Unapologetics Livestream and the host of, co-host of Left of the Valley 2.0, Ben Fama Jr. You can find all his stuff at Ben Fama Jr. That's a YouTube channel. Reasons to Believe in a Virus Called Fear. Highly recommended. Absolutely awesome. I really enjoyed both of those. And also Two Sides, One Coin. Is that correct?
That is correct. Co-host with Javier.
Javier. I just had lunch with that guy. He and his wife are hilarious. Had a good time with them.
Cool.
I want to show you guys this video. Today we're talking about Kyle Rittenhouse, and I tried to put something together, just clips from all the events that happened. I think I got a lot of stuff that the listeners might not have even seen yet, and I want to get your take on all of this.
Finger is either forgetting court rulings or attempting.
Is it bouncing in and out still?
Mm-hmm.
A little bit.
Yes.
It's like a lag issue.
It might help if we all mute. Please feel free to interrupt throughout.
Okay.
Anytime you have something that you might disagree with, or say, "Hey, Robert, you're only showing one side of that coin, not two," or any opinions that you might have or additions. I'll try to mute my end as well. But like I was saying, unmute at your leisure.
To provoke a mistrial in this matter. He knows he can't go into this, and he's asking the questions.
Was the subject of a motion. I'm well aware of that. And the court left the door open.
For me, not for you.
For the
Don't
defense
get
testimony.
brazen with me. You knew very well. You know very well that an attorney can't go into these types of areas when the judge has already ruled without asking outside the presence of the jury to do so. So don't give me that. I'm astonished that that would have been an issue. So I don't want to have another issue as long as this case continues. Is that clear?
All right, so that was still going in and out. Very annoying. Hopefully that fixes over time. But Mark, you've been following the case pretty well. What was the judge upset about there?
Well, he had brought up something that had happened on a different day. And earlier in the trial, the judge had said, no, that doesn't play to the actual events of the day. And I forget what exactly it was that else had gotten kind of mentioned. And so he took.
I want to say
It was the fact.
Go ahead,
It was the fact that he had said on camera. He had said out loud that he wanted to kill people if they were, or wanted to shoot people that were shoplifting. And the judge didn't think that it was pertinent to the case, which I don't really see how that could not be pertinent to the case when he's basically saying that he wants to do the thing that he's now being charged for. I don't really see how you can.
Yeah, that does seem pretty pertinent.
related. But
If
anyway.
that audio is legit, I do know there's a video out there that's legit of him beating some chick up.
Yeah, he definitely beats the crap out of some girl that was unprovoked. Just to double check, because I know it kept coming in and out, so I wasn't sure if that was the actual clip. That wasn't the one where he got pissed off of the prosecutor because he said that Kyle Rittenhouse didn't say anything after his post arrest, right? Like, because he has a right to not say anything. That's not the same clip, was it?
It was
He
a
actually goes
compilation of
into
both.
it. But at that same time, while he was ripping him for that one, he also ripped him for the silence thing.
Oh, okay.
And for saying that if he is not charged with this crime now, that he can't be charged for it later. He wasn't supposed to say that, which once again, it seems like something he should be able to tell the jury. But for some reason, the judge had already ruled that sways the jury's view, because just the way that's worded, you could argue, like if I say, it's almost like saying this is your last chance to get him on this thing or something like that, So I thought he felt that was kind of putting an idea in the jury's head that they probably should convict for whatever reason, but I don't know. I don't know the actual law on that. Here's the first clip I could find of Rittenhouse. Police are offering him water.
Thank you guys. You need water? There's the guy to our right. If you need water. We'll throw you one. Thank you. Alright, come on guys, let's get out.
Obviously you're armed and you're in front of this business we saw burning last night. So what's up?
So people are getting injured, and our job is to protect this business, and part of my job is to also help people. If there's somebody hurt, I'm running into harm's way. That's why I have my rifle, because I need to protect myself, obviously. But I also have my med kit. We're protecting from the citizens, and I just got pepper sprayed by a person in the crowd.
So you had non-lethal, but you didn't respond.
We don't have non-lethal.
So you guys are full on ready to defend the property.
Yes, we are. Now, if I can ask, can you guys step back? Medical, EMS right here.
Okay, can we pause that right there? There's two problems with this. First off, there's still a debate whether or not he was really even asked to even be at that original business. I mean, the owners said, or the son's owners said that they'd never asked anyone. And I know there's this picture with one of them in there, because he just wanted a picture, but there was no evidence to support, I mean, that's still for debate. But the problem I actually have is not even that. It's, he said he didn't have non-lethal. Well, why didn't you? Because you have to know you're not going to shoot every single person that you're going to come across. Like, anyone knows that you go through different levels, right? If you carry, you usually have, lethal, and then you have non-lethal means, like, pepper spray, flashlight, whatever, dude. Why did he not carry non-lethal? He knows he's not going to always be using a weapon. Why does he only have lethal weapons? I mean, it's just a legitimate question.
Yeah, if I was to speculate, it's because he was hoping to shoot people that night, I would assume.
Yeah, I don't understand why you wouldn't
disagree, but I think the kid he got exactly what he wanted. But I don't think he should be charged for murder, because I think it was self-defense.
Yeah, I don't think it's murder, but there's I think he's accountable for a lot of the mistakes that he's made. I don't think it's like first-degree murder. I agree with that. But as we go into it, you'll see he makes a lot of bad decisions that I still think he should be held accountable for, even if it's not first-degree murder.
And this all goes back to also the reason that he's making these bad decisions is because he doesn't have a brain developed enough to be holding the weapon that he has.
Exactly.
I mean, and that leads to bad decisions, which is why that law is in place. So, I mean, we could make the argument all day, like what I think he should be charged, but I don't know what he should be charged for. So, I mean, I'm kind of with you guys on that. As far as I don't know what he should.
Yeah, because the reckless. This is the whole point. That
reckless endangerment.
This is the problem with them not admitting what he had, like admitting, the evidence of him beating up that girl that was unprovoked, which he followed her, right? I mean, him making the decisions he's making by getting a weapon illegally. This shows the mindset of a kid who's not making rational decisions. So what's to say that his character isn't? He's going to resort to violence much faster and quicker, right? Mm-hmm. Like, Again, he didn't even think through to carry non-lethal weapons, because most people that carry know, like, I'm not going to always be using a weapon. I'm going to use non-lethal force against non-lethal force. You got to use the amount of force necessary to control the situation. So he's already not in the process of be thinking logically through that. That's his responsibility as a gun owner to do that.
I just never really got the sense from him, any of the evidence that I've seen, any of the testimony in the trial, that he went there to pursue conflict, to fight with people. I know the word protect gets put out there, and it's just assumed that, well, that means he's going to be fighting with people. But even in his own testimony and other video testimony, in I believe in the video interview with McGinnis, they're talking about fires, putting out fires. And he said whenever they got there, one of the first thing the owner did was show him where the fire extinguishers and the hoses were. Right, that the protection wasn't, we're going to stand here like, guards on the rampart to shoot the riffraff. The gun was there for his protection if it came to it.
But what I'm saying is the events that are leading to the decisions that he is making, even him shooting an unarmed man, the possibility that he's turning to violence much quicker than most rational people who can think through something, okay, that shows his character and ability. And not to be able to show the juror that, hey, what if there's a possibility I don't even have a problem that he carried a gun. I have a problem that he carried it illegally. But I have a problem with that they didn't even allow the character to be judged on that. This is a young kid who shouldn't even had a weapon first, had probably resorted to violence much quicker than most average people, because he's the only person there that shot somebody.
Well, he's also the only person there that had his life in, mortal danger from people trying to kill him.
With a bag?
That's what I'm saying. A bag
the
full of
mortal
socks and
danger of a
underwear?
bag.
Yeah. The dude, let's just be real here. The guy that chased him is half his size. Kyle Rittenhouse was able to beat the shit out of a girl in another video, okay? Literally approached her, antagonized her, followed her when she walked away, and then beat her up. So he's not incapable of fighting. So he can beat up a girl, but he can't fight some guy who's shorter than him chasing after him? I mean, think about it, bro. And again, if he had non-lethal stuff on him with an unarmed man, right? Here's the two decisions he made wrong. He didn't carry non-lethal stuff to deal with the situation rationally. Two, he could have given a command to the dude. He could be like, hey, back off or I'm going to fire you. Everyone else there would have heard him. He had plenty of distance. He wasn't armed, right? The other guy wasn't armed. It wasn't a split-second decision where, he had a gun to himself. He could have said, back off or I'm going to shoot. And if Rosenbaum didn't make that decision after that,
I'm going to have to disagree. It was pretty much instant. I mean, from the time he started running, getting chased, to the time he shot, you're talking seconds. I mean,
bro,
just
a mere. They had a long distance between each other.
Yeah,
before he caught up to him. There was plenty of time as he was running. He had plenty of time. He had enough time to turn around and point the weapon at him, right?
He was running.
Right? He had enough time to turn around and point at him, right?
And when he turned around and pointed at him, he was already upon him, lunging to grab the weapon.
But he had time to turn around to point at him, right? And he was still far enough away when he pointed the gun at him the first time. I'm talking about the first time, not when he shot him. That's the second time when he.
Well, hold on, but what do you saying he should have done? When he should have said,
what I'm saying carefully. The very first time he pointed, remember, he pointed at him in the parking lot. There was plenty of distance at that point. And remember, even Rosenbaum put his hands up like slightly. He pointed the gun at Rosenbaum.
It's a bold statement.
Why didn't he say before then, back up or I'm going to shoot? Because most of the time, what?
Ben,
I don't know. I thought someone was talking.
If you're well, you were talking, I interrupted. I'm sorry. But if someone is running at me and I am running away from them and they're stupid enough to keep chasing me after I turn a gun on them, they get what they fucking get, Ben.
I'm not saying he doesn't have a right to shoot him, but bro, most people, okay, have you taken a concealed weapons? I mean, don't they tell you that most of the time you have to give a warning if someone comes into your house? You can't shoot people in the back, even if they're walking out of your house, right? That's what I'm trying to get at. What I'm saying is, if Rosenbaum had a gun or a knife and he saw that, then fine. If he saw an actual real threat, but some guy fucking throwing a bag at him from far away, bro, come on, dude. Like, Ben, he had plenty of distance at that moment to say something at that moment, right? Yes or no?
No.
You are one of the smartest.
Christ. Come on, man.
One of the smartest.
This is ridiculous,
dudes
bro.
Ben,
I've been in way worse situations when.
No.
I've been in way worse situations than Kyle Rittenhouse has been in, and I've never shot anybody. This is stupid.
Okay.
So he can't make rational decisions and do those things, but the rest of us can, right? Like the rest of us who are put in positions that give warnings to people saying, look, if you get any closer, I'm going to fire my weapon at you. You get any closer, I'm going to kill you. You get any closer, I'm going to apprehend you. You're telling me that the rest of us can do that, but this kid couldn't do it? That's fucking retarded, bro. That's
right,
the dumbest thing I heard.
Okay. Let me
so
play
let's
the video.
say, for your example, you're right,
but
even in that position. No, let's say you're right in that position. You're like, okay, there's not enough time that an unarmed man throwing underwear at me. Okay, I can't do anything from some short guy chasing after me. Okay, so fine. He fires at the guy. The second mistake he made is he didn't stay there long enough to say and call the cops immediately, who were just right up the fucking street, and say, you know what? I just shot a man. I got people around me right now, because most of the people that were coming after him at that moment were asking him, why did you shoot the guy? They weren't attacking him. They said, why did you shoot him? Why didn't he say, I was defending my life? I have the police on the phone right now. I'm waiting for the police to show up to settle this. How many of those people do you think would have still attacked him at that moment?
Exactly. Every damn one of them, but that's my opinion. Let me play this video.
Everyone's a monster now, dude. That's what I'm getting at. Everyone's playing the victim here. Use some fucking common sense, dude.
All right.
I am. That's why I disagree with you.
Of course.
Right, let me get through this. It's a 10-minute video, and Brent only has an hour, so I don't want to lose the actual footage of what happened.
Say what you're gonna say.
Rather than just play or talk about speculation. What?
So let's go ahead. We can play it.
Play
We
it.
can finish it.
No, what'd you say, Ben? I missed you. I missed that.
Just play the fucking video. You said you have to play it. Play the fucking video. Damn, dude. God damn it.
Are you being a dick?
Yes, I'm being a dick. Play the fucking video. God damn it. I gotta go somewhere too, man. Go.
You got things to do. Okay.
I've never been on this side of the Ben Dick thing. This is interesting. Like there's no need for it.
Well, I don't get it. Right. You said you had to play the video. What do you just said you had to play the video, so play the video. That's all I'm
shut
saying.
the fuck up, Ben. That's why.
Holy fuck, play the fucking video. Holy shit.
All right, Robert, now you're being a dick.
Yeah, you're being a fucking dick. Play the damn video. Jesus Christ.
Fair enough. All right, so the point of this part is apparently they were trying to start a dumpster on fire, and it's claimed that the guy that you just saw put it out was Rittenhouse. It's a little grainy to tell, and the audio is screwed up, but there is a clip of Rittenhouse running with a fire extinguisher, and then him talking about having a fire extinguisher later. So it does lean that way. Just to kind of give everybody talking about what happened before. Did he provoke people? This gives a little nuance to it. So here we are. Here's Rittenhouse.
When I turned around, Rosenbaum was right there in front of my face, yelling and screaming, and I would say, dude, back up, just chill. I don't know what your problem is. And he goes, you know what? If I catch any of you guys alone tonight, I'm gonna kill you.
And he said that to you?
Correct.
All right, so that was a little hard to hear, but basically this guy's testifying that Rosenbaum said, if I catch you guys alone, I'm going to kill you. So according to this testimony, there was a threat initially before he was being chased, which I thought was pertinent.
He said that to this guy or to
did he say that to
Rittenhouse?
The defendant as well?
The defendant was there, so yes.
He actually answered that question, if you heard that.
Wow, that was crazy. Okay.
He said that to all of them. But yeah. No, that's just good timing. And then here's a clip of the incident. You can see Rosenbaum being highly aggressive. There's Rosenbaum, bald on the right.
Yeah.
And short as Plum Squad. There's another one of Rosenbaum, another video out there. I couldn't find it. I looked everywhere. But it's basically him yelling, shoot me, N-word, shoot me, N-word.
I stepped towards the door.
Here's the famous
Max,
Kyle crying and claiming
as I'm stepping
what
forward.
happened. I don't know if this was a fake cry.
I believe his name is
I
not
appreciate your
Joshua
opinion on it.
Zabisky.
You don't?
He steps towards me with a pistol.
It seemed fake to you?
Oh yeah, God yeah.
No way.
I don't know.
The beginning definitely seemed fake. The end kind of got me a little, where I'm like, okay, that seems legit. But maybe it's just because he breathes. He does like a into the mic thing or something like while he's crying. And maybe I don't know.
Like crying usually has tears involved. Like there's some sort of tears.
Here's the thing. It's like I've known people who like legitimately have panic attacks. I was watching live when this happened, and I thought, holy cow, dude, he's having a panic attack on the stand. It's exactly what it looked like. Recounting the events, he started having a panic attack.
You know, I've
had panic attacks. I don't do that.
I take his word for it that he's upset, but I don't give a shit, honestly. I mean, the dude's a bitch. I mean, he is. He beat the fuck out of a girl, and he shows up at a place. You know what I mean? And then now he's like, oh, I want to go shoot protesters. Well, now you shot him, bro. So take responsibility for your shit. I don't want to hear these crybaby crocodile tears coming from you, dude. You beat the fuck out of a girl.
Agreed.
And now you're sitting here crying. The whole point I was trying to make earlier that I never had a chance to actually finish only was I'm not here to defend Joseph Rosenbaum by anything. I think Joseph Rosenbaum was a fucking nutcase. I don't even think Kyle Rittenhouse didn't have a right to shoot him. What I'm trying to say is that the events that after that led up to the other people who tried to get him was what I'm trying to get to at that point.
Because Rosenbaum was like clearly unstable. The dude was he was just out the goddamn hospital. Right. You know, I mean, he had issues. But what about the other people? He shot other people too, you know. Like I know that he kind of started it, you know, but again, like Ben is saying, he's like half his size. He's got a gun. You can like hit somebody with a gun without actually ending their life, you know.
Right.
I feel like there's other options when you have that heavy ass gun in your hand. You know, but you're going to go to lethal force immediately.
I'm not even saying he didn't have a right. What I'm saying is it snowballed into all these other things where everybody thinks like the other two dudes that went after him were like these rider monsters. You get what I'm saying? Like he was just making a bunch of bad decisions that he could have ended a lot of them. And there's many different decisions he could have made at that moment. So again, this is why I don't think it's first degree murder, at least with, you know, like with Joseph Rosenbaum. I'm not here to defend that fucking dude. He's a fucking weirdo, you know what I mean? What I'm trying to say is that the decisions that he's making led him to later on also having to shoot somebody else and someone else who was generally trying to, in good faith, stop him. Okay, so this is what I'm getting at, and the whole problem with this kid is that he shouldn't even been there in the first place. I know that's not a legal thing, but I don't like evidence not being brought in to show the character and the judgment of this guy. So at least that.
Well, and my thing is that I mean, regardless of should he have been there, even regardless of his character, right? And I mean, for me, it just comes down to at that moment where, you know, you're the one being chased, the aggressor is coming after you, your life is the one being threatened, you pull the trigger. I mean, that's just regardless of whatever else was going on around.
Did he not know that there was a protest going on? Is that like, because he knew that he was going into a very, aggressive situation, put himself in that on purpose, and then wants to cry self-defense when people don't like that he's walking around pointing guns at people and shit.
Okay,
let's still self-defense.
Can I
even though he got what he wanted, it's still self-defense.
I know someone who them and their friend, whenever they were like 15, would sneak out, take, you know, their mom's Camaro, go to town to a party and tell boys they were 18. That's all stupid and ridiculous and speaks to, you know, detriment of their character. But if they got raped, well, you know, they shouldn't have been there. None of that really gets to it. The fact that they're the one being attacked.
But no. What if you were the one doing the raping? Because you're mixing up victims for aggressors.
No, I'm not.
Yeah,
Kyle Rittenhouse was the one being
He's the one
attacked.
Who killed. He was the one.
People. Yes, in self-defense because he was the one being attacked.
But
he was not the aggressor.
By people with nothing, with a bag.
Dude, I know little people that could jack you up with their bare hands.
With their bag.
And he didn't know that he just had a bag. He
Yeah,
the
but
guy
dude,
he said the guy had a chain earlier in the day. He didn't know it was being thrown
I hear
at him.
this all the time, bro. Dude, there's plenty of people that have been attacked at protests and whatever else, and they didn't feel the need to shoot them. Come on. Do you think this is the only protest that's ever happened where someone chased somebody? Come on, dude. Let's be real. Or even said, hey, I'm going to kill you if I get. Come on, bro. Like, I'm not even saying he didn't have a right to shoot, but the reality is, why was Kyle Rittenhouse out of everybody that night that was getting into fights and shooting? Why was he the only person that felt threatened to shoot somebody? Other people were being chased that night, right? Other people were getting into fights that night, right? No one else got shot.
Dude, it's like
then let's talk about them and their mind and their situation. We're talking about Kyle and his.
See, but that's the problem, Mark. This is what I'm trying to get at, bro. You keep narrowing. This is the problem. You guys keep cherry picking and narrowing it. So it's like this little tiny thing. You're not getting the context of what is being said here. Why was the only person that wasn't allowed to carry a gun that night that shot somebody?
He was allowed to carry a gun. He was legally in possession of that firearm. No, he was completely legally in possession of that firearm.
He's not old enough to carry a gun.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. He is. Look at the law. Yes, he is.
I don't think he was, Mark.
No, he is.
Wrong. No, you're wrong.
Well, Mark,
no, I'm not. Look at the law.
What's your evidence?
Yeah, the law says that you can't be carrying a gun if you're 17, man.
No, it does not.
In that state. Yes,
no, it does not. Okay.
Well, hold on.
Prove it.
Hold on, Mark.
All right.
Can you show us the law on that?
I don't have anything.
I actually thought that was.
I don't have anything I could share to be able to show you. I didn't do the screen share thing.
Just tell us.
It says it's a Class A misdemeanor for, and this is, I tried to get verbatim, Class A misdemeanor for any person under 18 who goes unarmed or possessing a firearm, loaded or unloaded, except, and then it gives exceptions, one of which being, says that this applies only to a person under 18 years of age who possesses or is armed with a rifle or shotgun if the person is in violation of, and it gives a statute which is a law against barrel length. He did not have a shortened barrel. It was a long gun, so that one does not apply. Or who is not in compliance with, and it references another law, which is about people under 16. The way the law is written is that it allows 16 to 17. Yes, absolutely.
No,
it allows 16 to 17 year old. It does, and you can
only in
public.
reference
He
to
could not
hunting.
carry a weapon in public. Period.
Yes, the law says it can.
Period.
The judge even said that he will allow the instructions, and if the jury comes back with a conviction on that and the defense objects, he will overturn it.
So you're telling me that someone under the age of 18 is legally allowed to carry a weapon in public?
That's what the law says.
That's bullshit, Mark. You know
why?
But
it's what the law says. If you're going to say it's illegal, it's not.
No,
it's not what the law says.
Why did it say the first part?
No, Mark. At 17 years old, I was arrested for carrying a handgun. Okay, bro. I was under the age of 18. I got arrested for having a fucking.
It doesn't say handgun. It says rifles and shotguns.
It doesn't. Dog, come on, dude.
It's what the law says. If you're going to
maybe hunting, but he's not allowed to carry any firearms.
Hunting.
It doesn't specify about hunting.
Are humans in season right now? Is that what's going on in there? Jesus,
you're cherry picking law here, bro.
That's exactly what it says,
bro. You're cherry picking the law. He's not allowed to carry a rifle or any.
Yes, he can. The law says he can.
No, it doesn't.
It absolutely does.
And
where?
With somebody with a permit.
Where? Show me that, because you didn't state it there. You didn't even say where it said he's allowed to carry it in public. Where does it say that?
It says you can't carry under 18 unless, and he meets the exceptions because it's a long gun and he's not under 16. Those are the exceptions.
In public. Show me where it says in public. Where? Tell me where in that law that says that it's in public.
I don't have the entire wording of the law.
That's because he can't legally allowed to carry it in public.
I think those are in context of hunting.
Let's give Mark.
That's the point.
Unless he's hunting, or he's on a.
It doesn't specify hunting.
Okay,
yes, it does.
Let's give Mark time to find that. We haven't even got to the shooting yet. Here's the end of Rittenhouse crying like a little bitch, and then I guess the shooting thereafter.
This is so fun.
There were people right there.
Take a deep breath.
That's what I. That's where I run.
We're gonna just take time for our break. can just relax for a minute, sir. We're going to take a break, about 10 minutes, and please don't talk about the case during the break. Read, watch, or listen to any account of the trial.
Here's the shooting event. I apologize for most of the listeners are through the podcast and don't actually watch on YouTube because I don't do a lot of video like our friend Ben and Brett and Mark here. But here's the shooting incident, and the YouTube link to all of this will be in the podcast show notes if anybody wants to watch this. But it's multiple angles, and I think it looks like he's lunging for the gun. That could be biased. It's very grainy, but we'll have witness testimony of that here shortly after this part.
Get down.
Man who police
identified
as Rittenhouse runs across the parking lot of an auto service shop, followed by a shirtless man who was later identified as Joseph Rosenbaum. Moments later, shots ring out.
You'll hear that first shot is not Rittenhouse. Rittenhouse is turning back after hearing the first shot, and then you hear the four thereafter.
Yeah, that's Antifa.
There's
man.
Rittenhouse.
Oh, we got a gun.
There's the handgun shot. You saw the muzzle blast on the right. I'll show it again here. Kyle and Rosenbaum. And what I'm saying is, if I was in that situation, I have a gun and I hear a gunshot behind me, I would be hyper vigilant. Would be a nice way of saying it.
Did you slow it down? Oh, they did that.
Yeah, that was slow-mo. There's the handgun muzzle flash. There's Rosenbaum chasing Rittenhouse. And Rittenhouse you can see clearly on the right. 1, 2, 3, 4. That was Rittenhouse. After he heard another gunshot.
But they also heard that gunshot thinking that it could be him. So the fact that guns are at this whole thing is the fucked up shit. That's what fucks it all.
And a lot of people had them, not just Rittenhouse.
Right,
Rittenhouse shouldn't have been there with it, but
nobody should be there with guns.
You're talking to two Texas guys about not having guns?
Actually, I don't even care that people are there with guns. But again, he didn't even because remember, I support the Second Amendment. I'm not one of these anti-Second Amendment people. This is what I'm trying to say. He doesn't.
Do you have a gun?
Protect your house, but be walking out in the fucking at a protest.
He didn't respond to any other gunshots at that moment. He didn't respond to any other gunshots at that moment. The first one he even said that. What?
Who has guns in this group? I'm just curious.
I don't. I have no guns.
I'm not saying whether I do or don't. I'm not saying anything. I'm just saying I don't tell anybody what I got. So just it's nothing personal. I'm just saying I never do.
No, that's fair.
The first time that dude shot the shot in the air, Kyle Rittenhouse even said at that moment that he did not react to Rosenbaum because of that shot. He said that under oath. So that doesn't even matter that part if anyone's bringing that up. I just want to state something here. I want to circle.
I'm sorry, Ben. It does matter in the sense that not in his defense, but like as far as people going to get the gun from him, thinking that he's shooting it, if they just heard a gunshot and they see this dude with a fucking hand cannon.
Oh yeah,
you know.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Everything after the point shot Rosenbaum was legitimate. Everything after he shot was all those people that went after him at that moment was legitimate. They were trying to stop him. They asked him, "Why did you shoot it?" He fucking said he lied first, or at least misrepresented and said, "Oh, he had a gun." No, he didn't have a gun. And then he said he didn't shoot somebody, and then he kept running. That's what I'm saying. I think he's responsible for everything else after that incident. He did
at one point
self-defense in the first one, sure, and then the second after that, I think you're absolutely.
I don't know.
I think
because and I think even Gage, can't pronounce his last name. At one point, I believe he even testified that even before he attacked Kyle, a few moments before, he had asked what was going on, and Kyle said he was going to the police.
Yeah, we have that footage also. Let
And
me get to this. And by the way, this is
and they
surveillance
drove right
footage.
by because.
So before he even attacked Kyle, he knew Kyle was headed towards the police.
No. Wait a minute. But then again, did he go to the police? No. He went.
Well, no, because he got
hours
attacked, and then once he got up, he did go to the police.
He was standing in front of the SWAT team at that moment,
and they wouldn't react to him. They were focusing on the stuff down the street.
Mark, come on, use your brain for a minute, bro.
I am.
What's to stop him from going to a cop at that moment saying, look, I just shot somebody here in self-defense right here.
He tried to.
No, he didn't. Where?
Kind of. He kind of did.
Where?
We have footage of that also.
He tried
for the record.
It's on the video.
He didn't.
We have video of
and we'll
him.
get to that video, guys. All right.
He gave up pretty quick.
I want to point out one thing. It's a side note. Call it a non sequitur. This is FBI footage of the incident, and this isn't conspiracy theory. These motherfuckers are watching. At least they're watching protests or riots.
Yeah, everybody's talking about.
It's a little weird.
Yeah,
it is a
It's a little weird that they just happen
what
to
they're
have
actually
this.
doing. I know what they're doing even here, like in Las Vegas, like with super security surveillance. Yeah, there's a lot of it going on right now.
Weird. Anyway, here
really quick. Hey, Mark, really quick, just to
Yeah.
debunk your last thing. Under Wisconsin statutes that say anyone under the 18 who goes unarmed with any deadly weapon is guilty of a Class A misdemeanor. So
Keep reading. It gives exceptions. There's 3 exceptions. The first 2 have nothing to do with Kyle.
No, he was legally not allowed to carry a firearm.
The first one says there's exceptions. The first one says unless it's for practice or instruction under the supervision of an adult,
Which
or if it's a person under 18 who is in the National Guard or some kind of law enforcement thing in the line of duty.
Yeah.
And then the third one mentions that if it is a short barrel or if they are under 16.
Where do you show me that link to that saying short barrel? Or
I'd have to find it. I don't have it right
that
hand.
doesn't say that here.
That's really weird because that just completely debunks both those the previous one. It makes them seem like they wouldn't put that and say in your instruction. Are those all 3 compiled?
No,
together? That would make sense.
You're not allowed to unless it's one of these situations.
No, a fact check specifically says when he was not old enough to legally carry an assault style rifle. He had.
Then I'm sorry.
Show
then
me the
fact
evidence
check is
of what
wrong.
you're saying because there's nothing here that says that.
I don't have it handy with me. I can find it and send you the link.
Okay.
All right. Well, let's get to it later.
It's from a Crowder video, man. You know, Crowder, he knows his stuff. So
all right. Let's try to be fair. But that does sound suspicious to me. But either way, I don't know. Let's try to finish this. We're halfway through. Right now, Rittenhouse is calling, but a lot of people say it's 911. It is not 911. It's his friend, which goes to Ben's point. He probably should have been calling the police at this moment. I don't agree with you, Ben, that he should have stayed there because he probably would have gotten fucked up. But that's my opinion. I don't know. There he is running away.
That hand was over the barrel of Mr.
Pause it.
House's
Right
gun.
there. No one was chasing him, bro. He started running. He started
in the video.
running. Nobody was chasing him.
We can't tell if people are chasing him. So we can't make the claim that he was being chased, but we also can't make the claim that he's not.
But bare minimum, bro, like
hey, I can claim anything I like. Okay,
yeah,
I'm just
exactly.
Just
But the thing is that when a police officer shoots at somebody, right, he's got to attend to the person that he just shot. Okay, and if he's going to be responsible to carry a gun, most gun owners know that the legal, that your responsibility is that weapon and what you do after that. Okay, so he had to call the police at that point. Okay. He didn't have to stay in the exact area, but then again, think about this. Had he stayed in the area, been on the phone with the police, first off, that's the dispatcher and everybody else can hear what's going on at that moment, okay? If he's saying, I'm on the phone with the police and told the police right there, I have a bunch of people surrounding me right now. I just shot a guy right here. The police were right up the street. If people came and asked him, hey, who shot this guy or whatever, he could say right there, he's like, I'm on the phone with the police. I shot in self-defense. I have the police on their way. Do you think some people would still be like, okay, what's going on here? I mean, let's be rational here.
Fair question. But let me ask you this. We're all aware of, leaving the scene of a crime is a crime. That's typical. But so that would agree with your point. But is the fact that a whole bunch of people attacked him immediately thereafter, which we're about to see video evidence of that, maybe make you think the crowd was aggressive toward him?
No, because they didn't attack him immediately.
That was his testimony,
the fact
though.
that people attacked him. People attacked them.
Listen
is
what
not
the fuck
evidence
I'm
that they're
saying.
aggressive.
Jesus Christ. No, they didn't attack him immediately. What they did was they were asking him as he was coming out, who shot this guy? So they were asking him. They were trying to follow him. They asked him. They didn't attack him. There's a guy following him after he'd shot him. He's running away and he's asking him, what did you do? Did you shoot this guy? And he's like, oh, the guy had a gun. They were just asking him, who did you shoot this? Like, why did you shoot him? They were trying to figure out what was going on. They didn't immediately attack him. He ran first. Man. He started running first. Then they started following him. And then eventually when they figured it out, like later as he keeps running and running and running, that's when they started to go after him and saying, stop him. Like, come on, bro.
Because it looked like he just was a crazy person that came to a protest to kill somebody, and all these people that didn't know what was going on showed up and go, hey, what's going on? And he's running away as a guy's bleeding to death from bullet wounds.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. So,
I mean,
here's the defense asking the medical examiner, because we're getting a little ahead. So we're still back at whether or not the guy grabbed for the gun, but we're going to get to the part that you guys like, the part that you're disagreeing about momentarily. But here's him saying, if he is in a lunging position, would the gunshot look the way it does?
His hand was shot.
That makes sense.
And there's that special footage that the judge didn't understand enhancing.
Look how much
something,
distance he has right there, dude. Good fucking Lord. That's a lot of distance. What the fuck?
That's true.
Especially for underwear and socks being thrown at you, homie.
Or your belief to a reasonable degree of medical certainty is that he's in a horizontal position close to my client. The bullet goes in and across and down.
That's correct.
Okay, so once again, in the position of lunging would put you in a horizontal position, correct?
It would.
And you continue to be behind Mr.
And here's a witness claiming the same thing.
Rosenbaum at the time that the defendant shot and killed him, correct?
I did alter my trajectory a little bit when I saw Mr. Rittenhouse turn around and saw Mr. Rosenbaum lunging for the front portion of the rifle.
All right, and then here's the moment. All right, so the medical examiner confirmed that he was in the position of lunging, and a witness claimed it. But once again, that's not the part that you guys were really contesting to. You both seem pretty comfortable with that.
I don't even feel comfortable with the whole lunging part. He's the only person that saw it. They have one witness that says that. And lunging is it's a perspective. It's perception.
Look how many people are around.
Okay.
Yeah. There's all these people around. There's all this video, but there's only one witness that says he was lunging. Even he said that Rosenbaum was in enough of a way that he really couldn't tell if he had touched the gun or did anything else. He said that Rosenbaum was blocking his view. So all he could see is a forward movement. How do you know that's lunging? How do you know if a gun's pointed at you, isn't your reaction going to be, I'm going to like move it or jump it, try to not do something towards it? Think about it.
So now
you can't
you're
really
saying
make that
Rosenbaum was trying to avoid being shot?
Well, yeah, he just had a weapon pointed at him. Remember?
He's chasing a man with a fucking AR-15.
Holy fuck, Robert, dude. Are you going to listen, bro?
Okay, say it again. Maybe I missed something.
All right. So Kyle Rittenhouse pointed a weapon when he was farther away before they went to the incident where he shot him, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. He was far enough away at that point. That dude already sees a gun being pointed at him. Okay. Rosenbaum sees this gun because he even puts his hand in the air at that moment. Kyle Rittenhouse continues to run, so he runs even faster. So he's already had a gun to his fucking face at that moment. So yes, what if when he's running closer to him, he sees a dude with a gun, he's either trying to go for the gun, swat the gun, whatever. He's already had a gun pointed at him. Why is he not justified for going after that gun at that moment?
Because he's chasing someone.
He is chasing and attacking a man. That's why he's not justified in it. As soon as Kyle fled and Rosenbaum gave chase, Rosenbaum was the aggressor. He was the attacker.
You guys
that is what created that situation.
Why did think about it? That moment, Rosenbaum. We don't even know why he's chasing him. First off, we don't even know why. Honestly, we're not going to know because he's fucking dead. Okay, so he's chasing. What if he's chasing him because he had a gun? Okay, we don't know. The point is that he's chasing him. A gun's pointed at you at that moment after you're chasing some guy down. He's pointing at you. That already is going to send off a sign of a threat. Like, this guy just pointed a gun at me. So what am I going to do? Just kind of like, if I'm chasing after the dude, that if I see the gun, I'm just going to not swat at it. I'm not going to try to grab it after someone just pointed a gun at me. Is that rational? Is it not irrational for him to want to grab a gun or swat it or do anything, even though there's no evidence he touched it, he didn't do anything else to it. There's no touching or anything else like that. He just lunged forward.
I agree. In that very moment, it was totally rational for him to try to disarm the person that was pointing the gun at him at that very split second. I agree with you. But legally, right up till that moment, you trying to defend yourself against someone that is your victim doesn't hold up in court. If you're chasing
So the point I'm trying to get at is,
and then they turn around and go to stab you and you try to knock the knife out of their hand, that doesn't mean that like you were protecting yourself. You were running toward him. In the same way that we would agree Kyle put himself in the situation. Mark might not agree with the three of us there. Kyle put himself there, so he is responsible to some degree. I think Kyle got what he wanted. But Rosenbaum put himself in front of the barrel of a gun by chasing after a victim, a potential victim.
So
Rosenbaum became the victim because he was stupid.
So Mark, let me ask you guys this. Does someone have a right to legally shoot somebody because someone's chasing them unarmed?
No.
I think so. I don't know.
You
I would
have
assume
legal
so.
right to
Just because they're chasing
just because
you?
they're
No.
chasing you?
No.
I'm not sure, but I would assume, yeah. If I'm running away from somebody and they're chasing after me, I mean, unless it's like a 10-year-old kid or something.
So
yeah.
So
Especially if it's a grown man and I'm
I don't know.
underage.
Because the question I ask is, when Kyle Rittenhouse himself started going after a girl in that video, going back to that video, this is why I think this video is important. He was the aggressor at that moment. She was not.
Yeah.
She tried walking away. He went after her. The sister punched her, and then he started punching her. Did that girl have a right to shoot Kyle Rittenhouse at that moment?
I think legally, I mean, you and I agree on like gun law stuff for the most part. We got way too many guns, but I think legally, hell yeah, for sure. And
yeah,
that's
he was the aggressor.
He
was the attacker. Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
So hold on. Let me ask you this. Can someone start shit, get in a fight, start to lose that fight, and then kill somebody?
Well, you said get in a fight. I think
because this reminds me a lot of like the Trayvon. It reminds me a lot of Trayvon Martin. You can go to a place to start some shit, and then when somebody responds, you get to execute them for the response to you starting shit. Is that how we're doing it? Is that how law goes now?
It does.
And maybe law does,
but that's not this situation.
Okay. And I would say that is wrong. That the law then is incorrect in this. And of course, I can't do anything about that. That's just my opinion about the law. But law isn't perfect.
The law really seems to be pro-gun.
This is immoral.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's much more pro-gun. Like, go start some shit.
Here's the part, you guys.
Vigilante shit.
You guys are even more focused on. He's running away, and people just, in my opinion, well, I'm not going to give narrative. It's in the video. One guy kicks him. He misses that shot. That's one of the charges.
So he was trying to kill somebody else.
Public safety. Yeah, that's a misfire. This one I replay ad nauseum. I'm sorry, but it all happens so fast. There's a guy hitting him with a skateboard. And again,
he killed him.
Missed. No, he didn't kill that guy. He missed that guy. He runs away.
Oh, he did.
As you can see. This guy, the kicker gets away. But the skateboard boy
guy.
He gets shot. He later dies either that evening or the next morning. His name is Huber. This is where he gets shot. Bam! He goes down. That was a kill shot right there. There's Gage getting shot in the bicep, incinerating that bicep.
So I have a question, and maybe Mark, you can answer this at that moment, because I know this isn't about the legality of the case. Because I forgot the paramedic's name. Gage, is that his name?
Yeah.
If Gage had shot Kyle Rittenhouse at that moment, would Gage be justified in shooting him?
No, that would totally been murder.
What was going through?
Why?
What? Why?
Why would it be murder?
Because he's attacked. He chased over and attacked a man who was on the ground.
Just witnessed him shooting
shot
somebody.
Like, what the fuck?
This is the problem I have with everyone in this case,
It's
wanting to
so
think that this is
polarized.
some win for. It's
so
just a bad
political.
idea for gun owners. They do not understand it right now. He witnessed an unarmed man getting shot. He legally had a right to shoot Kyle Rittenhouse at that moment.
Fuck yeah.
And any gun owner who disagrees with that is what?
No, he chased a man down
after he saw somebody get shot.
So you don't get to chase someone down. In that moment, he became the aggressor.
Hey, whatever happened to a good guy with a gun stops a bad guy with a gun?
Yeah, what the fuck then? So you're saying that the guy that kills the mass shooter would be
He did. The good guy with the gun stopped the bad guys with the gun.
According to your perception,
No, according to the video that you just watched.
You're telling me that if you saw a man shoot an unarmed person in public, you wouldn't go after them with a gun and shoot him?
Yeah, it's as long as they believe my ideology, and
Exactly.
that's it. They're always the good guy with the gun, as long as they're a
Yeah,
fucking gun.
no bullshit, Mark.
Okay,
You
no.
know it.
Whenever someone is fleeing, you do not get to chase them down and shoot them.
If they're still carrying the
shot
weapon that shot him,
somebody.
yes,
He
you
shot
can.
the person with
No,
the skateboard.
no.
Yes, you can, because he can be firing on other people. He just shot somebody else.
Shot somebody.
And he landed on the ground and started shooting other people. At that
Who
moment,
were
when he pointed the
attacking
weapon,
him.
he had already shot 2 people. Yes,
Because he shot people.
Who
He
were
shot
attacking
people. Shot
him.
people, and then he left, and then shot more people, and then he tried to shoot him. And
Every
you're saying that he was
person
the
who got
aggressor in that
shot
moment.
was attacking
Fucking
Kyle
batshit,
Rittenhouse.
he was not attacking.
Every
That's
one
your
of
perception.
them.
No. That's a
Every
loaded
single
question.
one that got shot was
they were
attacking
defending.
him.
They thought he was
You're
an actor. He
fucking
just
They
shot
were wrong,
somebody.
but they were still attacking him.
No, they weren't. They were trying to
Yes.
stop him.
After he
Stop saying he's
literally
being
attacked
attacked.
people.
He was. Watch
You're
the
bringing
video.
up some
We
bullshit
just saw him
argument,
being
Mark.
attacked.
You're insincere.
You just watched with your
No,
own eyes them
You're completely
attacking him.
insincere,
What a
dude.
nutbag.
You're
There are
completely
only 4
insincere.
fights.
Can I ask a question real quick?
Bullshit, dude.
Real fast,
Bullshit
real
that he
fast.
got attacked.
Just
They
one
were
question.
stopping him.
Nutbag.
Wait a
One-
minute,
one
Mark.
question.
The guy,
my
you're
God.
telling me the paramedic that has been out all night helping people is now all of a sudden attacking somebody, Mark? Is that what you're
No,
saying?
Kyle was not attacking people.
I'm
Sorry,
talking
I
about the
couldn't help that.
paramedic.
he meant Gage. of course,
Fucking
but-
retard.
but
Listen what I'm
still-
saying,
let
dude.
me
Gage
ask-
wasn't a paramedic.
let
He
me
Listen to
ask
the
lost
you-
words
his
that's
license
coming
that
out of my
expired months
mouth,
ago.
Mark.
I
The guy
was
who's
playing.
been helping people all night long, the paramedic, all of a sudden start attacking a guy with a fucking gun who just shot somebody?
He did.
Oh, fuck.
We just
Okay.
watched it on
Ben.
video. He
No,
chased
because
the
he
man
was
down and
shooting to
attacked
protect the
him.
rest of the
What the fuck is wrong
people
with your
around there,
goddamn brain?
stupid.
What is
Ben.
wrong
Fuck,
with
what
your
do you not understand? What do you not comprehend about what I
Ben.
He
just
was
said?
just shooting people, man.
But
Of
he
course
wasn't shooting. He
take
was
him out.
okay.
Fuck,
If someone
dude.
is
What is
fleeing
wrong with
away
you?
from you and you chase them down to shoot them, you are the attacker.
Not when you
Not
still
when
have a
they're
weapon in
fucking
your
killing
hand.
people.
Yes,
Not
you
when you
they're
still
are.
have a
killing
weapon in
people.
your hand.
Not
wasn't
when they
killing
are killing
people.
people.
He shot one
Holy
person
shit.
because
He
that person
shot
had
2 other
attacked
people
him.
before
My
the
God.
paramedic.
And
How?
before
How do
Gage,
you
and this is
determine
by
this?
Gage's own
How do
testimony.
you come to this conclusion? Break it down for me, dude.
Yeah,
break it
before
down. Break it down.
Gage-
Break it down. Let's do it.
Before
How
Gage
do you come
even
to this conclusion? Who's allowed to kill people and who isn't?
Yeah.
if you were
Break
being
it down
attacked,
for
you
me.
can defend yourself. And by Gage's own testimony, he said that before.
Okay, can you step in if somebody is attacking somebody else?
By
If somebody
Gage's own
is killing
testimony,
somebody else, can you then defend them? Are you allowed to do that?
yes, but Kyle wasn't in the process of killing anybody. He was running.
He was killing.
He was
just killed a guy with
fleeing.
a skateboard. Because a skateboard is so much. It's equal.
Yes,
to
yes,
an
it is. You
AR-15.
can kill
Yeah,
a person by hitting him with a
yeah, sure.
skateboard. He was attacked with a
yeah.
deadly
Right.
weapon. He
Guys,
defended himself.
Guys, we
Right,
have we have.
Hey,
a
Mark.
limited
Hey,
amount
Mark.
of
Let me
time.
ask you a question. If an active
Ben,
shooter's in a
Ben, we have a
school,
limited amount
can
of
a
time,
teacher
bro.
shoot that active shooter?
Yes.
We have-
I rest my
guys,
case.
we
If
have
they're shooting
a
people,
limited
yes.
amount of
Here,
time
we're
before
done
Brett
here.
leaves.
Can they go chase them
Because
down
he
and
was
shoot them?
in a
No.
mass
Yes.
of people shooting people.
Yes, you
he
can.
was the
If-
mass shooter. Dude.
If that person's still a threat with a weapon, yes, you can still go after them. Yes.
Kyle wasn't threatening about. He was fleeing.
Oh Jesus! You
And
don't
there's
think
people all
commit
around him. He's not
crimes and
shooting.
run, bro? You don't
The
think people
only
shoot people?
the only people he pulled the trigger on were people who were attacking him. You just watched the video.
They were not
You just
attacking. They were
watched
trying to stop him. That's your perception.
That's not my perception. It's
And the
literally
dude and the
what we just
paramedic
saw.
only
It's
pulled out his
literally
weapon after
what
he
you
just watched
saw.
him shoot somebody.
He
what do you
just
not
killed
comprehend
someone.
about that?
Every single person he pulled the trigger on was in the act of
dude.
attacking
You
him.
No,
literally
they
see
weren't.
the world
They were
through a
trying to
fucking-
disarm. Disarm is not attack.
Jesus Christ!
Beating
that's
in
what
the
I'm
head with
saying.
kicking him in the head with the boot, beating him in the head with a skateboard. shooting him with a gun.
Rittenhouse
No,
deserved to be
To
shot in the
disarm.
face at that point for what they knew about that moment. If that was me, I would have shot Kyle Rittenhouse right there, watching two people just die, and I would not be held responsible because I'm acting in good faith. That's not attacking somebody, bro.
That's protecting the crowd of people from a psychopath with a fucking AR-15.
From a psychopath with a gun pointed at the ground, running towards police. Okay, sure.
Oh fuck, dude.
Oh my god!
All right.
Wow, you're so.
It's the video.
freaking
You
obvious
just
about
watched
it.
it.
Dude,
Guys,
yeah,
we
we
all
just
just
watched
saw it
it
with
You
our own
obviously
eyes.
missed-
Started
Bro,
again.
you obviously missed something from it.
Quit listening to Tucker, man.
dude.
Just
Guys.
turn off the Tucker.
Guys,
Sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Fucking retarded.
come on. Okay, just stop yourselves for a second.
This is how stupid this shit gets now, bro.
Well, we're not going to understand each other's position if we're talking over each other.
Well, it's because people
Clearly.
are fucking retarded. I'm just being honest. We're having a rational conversation here. Someone has a rational right to fire at a person who had just shot an unarmed person and just watch two people getting shot.
No.
That is rational, yes or no?
No.
Oh, fuck you, dude.
Someone who had
Hey,
just.
is your name Dallas, dude? Like, because I fucking know a dude you fucking be really cool fucking hanging out with, bro. Fucking A.
Brent, what
ahead.
time do you have to go? You have to go in like 5 minutes, right?
3:10. Yeah, about 5 minutes.
Oh, really? Well, 3:10.
Yeah.
You're at Eastern,
Eastern. Yeah, sorry. Yeah.
so very soon.
Yes, about 5 minutes. 6 minutes.
Okay. So
But it's okay. Ben's doing a good job. I can bug out and you guys can.
No,
keep
go ahead. You
going,
guys can
man.
finish whatever the fuck. I've already said what I was gonna say. Jesus Christ. Good guy with a gun fucking shoots another guy with a gun, and it's like, oh, gun rights for everybody except for the libs. Let's own the libs. I don't know, dude. Jesus Christ.
It's got nothing to do with ideology.
Oh, dude, I don't know what it has to
I
do
know,
with.
right? Yeah.
I don't. It's not to do with
tough.
logic, because a logical person would know that. I'm sorry, if I saw someone just shoot an unarmed man, okay, and he's running through a parking lot with a fucking loaded weapon, he just shoots two other people that were trying to stop him. I'm gonna fucking shoot him. That is rational. That's just, I don't know how else to fucking explain it to you, bro.
Then what's the point of people having
since
guns
we only
in the
have a
first
second
place?
left,
That's what I want to know.
let me-
What is the point?
since we only have a second left, let me ask you guys this question: Would you feel the same way if politics were different? If this was a Proud Boy being shot by a Black Lives Matter person, for instance.
I could save you time. He's just going to say yeah, because that's not the case. And dishonesty doesn't mean anything in terms of ideology. So keep going. Go ahead. But
explain that again. I missed it. If roles were reversed, if the politics were changed, you're saying you would be defending the Proud Boy who got his bicep incinerated in this scenario, and you would be against the Black Lives Matter person shooting him. If everything else was the same,
if what
other
was the
than
same?
the ideologies changed.
The people I would be blaming I don't like the people that bring guns to shits like this, of course, because I'm not into guns.
Right.
And I don't think that guns should be in crowds of people, because of all of the obvious
you feel the same way about
unintended
Gage
consequences that could happen.
Right. But you would say both Gage and Rittenhouse were in the wrong for bringing guns.
I'm saying that now, honestly.
Okay.
I don't think that there should have been any fucking guns at this goddamn thing because it's just way too volatile. Like there's no way to control, and this type of situation can happen way too goddamn easily when you've got guns involved because it turns every stupid little altercation into a life or death situation, and that's fucking stupid. Don't bring guns to this shit. I don't like the paramedics shouldn't have done it, and neither should have Rittenhouse. But then
I know,
a skateboard and a fucking dude with a bag. Fuck you. Like I don't care. Like you don't just get to kill people because you get to decide that you think that they might be a threat, even though they have half. Not even like 1/10 of the aggressive ability that you have.
Right. Well, I'll give everybody last points. I as far as mine goes, I would agree with you, Brent. I only went to one BLM protest, but while I was there, it was not violent. I was not afraid. It was mostly churches singing songs, local churches. But when the Boogaloo boys show up and they're all packing AR-15s and they got their flowery shirts with their camo pants and military boots, that's when things got weird. Like, I didn't even notice until it was a guy carrying around a handgun. So I started following him because I'm like, this guy's up to something, because that's what you think when you see a man with a gun, especially at a protest. So I start following him, and he walks into this whole group of guys with all these freaking AKs and ARs, and that was the threat to me. That was a little scary, to be honest. But
yeah,
anyway,
don't
if
bring
you guys don't
guns
mind,
to a
just
mass
make
of people.
right. But make your last points on it, because I know Brent's got to go, and he's the star of the show today. Brent Lee from Unapologetics. What is it? Live stream.
You get to be the star today. Okay, all right.
You're the star.
Yeah.
And Left of the Valley 2.0. Also, thank you to Ben Fama Jr. It got a little heated. Hopefully, we're still friends, my brother. But you are a dick. I'm just gonna say it.
Well, you are too.
Fair enough. You can find him at Two Sides One Coin. Also, Ben Fama Jr. on YouTube. Check out Reasons to Believe in a Virus Called Fear. Both powerful documentaries. And Mark Lambert at YouTube/Mark Lambert. Did I get that correct?
No, youtube.com/Pastor Mark.
Oh, Pastor Mark. All right.
And
Mark,
no hard
give us your
feelings,
closing.
Ben.
No hard feelings.
For me, I watch the videos, and I've watched tons of the videos, and I've listened to, I cannot believe I wasted so much of my life listening to the trial. And regardless of whatever politics or issues about guns or even bad judgment on the parts of the people involved, what I see is someone being attacked and defending themselves. Clear cut right there. And I can't stay mad at someone with such a wonderful beard, Ben. So
Ben, your follow-up real quick, and then we'll let Brent Lee finish us out or close us out and get out of here.
Most people know I'm not an anti-gun person. I mean, I don't even care that there was guns there. I don't think people should be running around carrying rifles out, but I don't have a problem if they do. You know what I'm saying? I just think it leaves a bad perception, but that's a perception. I don't have a problem with anyone carrying a weapon. I don't. I have a problem with people making bad decisions with weapons, and I hate it when I do see people. The only person that made a rational decision was that paramedic. He was the only one there who had legitimately had good faith in doing what he was doing. Now, I'm not saying that Kyle Rittenhouse didn't have a right to defend himself either, okay? And I'm not here to defend Joseph Rosenbaum, and I don't think he should have murder. But for people to make this paramedic to be the monster they're being attacked, when any good faith gun owner would know that you're going to go after an active shooter or someone who just shot somebody at that moment, that's ridiculous. And if we can't even have that conversation with facts, if we can't even have a rational conversation, even with someone who supports weapons or guns, I don't know how we can have a conversation, to be honest with you. I'm just being honest, okay? Having said that, do I think Kyle Rittenhouse should spend the rest of his life in prison? No, I don't. I think he was a young, stupid, fucking dumb kid who just went there thinking he got caught up in the action of everything, and unfortunately had to make decisions that are very difficult. But I do think he should be held liable for something. I think he should definitely be held liable for illegal carrying of weapons, reckless endangerment. But murder, no. I don't think he actually intended to kill those people at that moment. But I definitely think he's definitely responsible for a lot of that shit that happened.
Yeah, absolutely. I would the only thing I would disagree with is the guns thing. I just, because I mean, what happened? You've seen the movies, and I know they're movies, but like, get in a bar fight. What if that happens with guns and everybody's just shooting everybody? Is that what we're gonna like? How does that? Then who do we blame?
Alec Baldwin was shooting everybody.
Jesus Christ. Yes. But you know what I'm saying? It's like, wow, what if there was like 7 people with guns all shooting at each other? Then what do we do? We don't know. That's why it's dumb as fuck to bring a gun to a goddamn protest. Especially if you're the counter
on that. I think most gun owners are responsible gun owners. I really do. And I think if you're a proper responsible gun owner, most of the time you're not going to jump to the gun immediately. Again, if you're going to get robbed, if someone else pulls a gun on you, if there's a real threat, most gun owners can determine that it's a threat. In fact, most of them know that they carry non-lethal things with them for the times that it's not lethal. And I think that's the perception, is these other gun debates get caught up in this. And I think if we're going to talk about responsible gun ownership, this is why we can't just knock this paramedic guy out, because he was literally doing the right thing. Okay, he was legitimately in good faith doing that. And for people, if you're a gun owner and you really support gun rights, you should also be stepping up for him too. You can defend Kyle Rittenhouse, but Kyle Rittenhouse, I don't feel like was a responsible gun owner. Okay, he just wasn't. And there was responsible gun owners that night that didn't fire a single shot. There was plenty of them there, even if we don't agree with their politics. And that's all my argument is here is that if we're really gonna have a conversation about guns in this country and you support guns, then support the people making responsible decisions and stand up when they don't. That's all my argument is.
I just appreciate that there's other countries that can protest in the streets and do shit without having to worry about getting fucking murdered because they have gun laws. You know,
this isn't the only protest where someone was being chased.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to say. There's plenty of protests where people are being chased.
Yeah, exactly. And that turned it to life or death. Right.
Thank you, gentlemen. I appreciate it. I direct everybody to the show notes where you will find everyone's links. Once again, thanks for the conversation. It got heated. But I enjoyed it.
All right, peace out.
That's why you enjoyed it.
Yes. Honestly, okay, you know what? I'm gonna fucking say it. I thought if we all watched the video together, then we would find agreement. I really believed that there would be 4 people who had some disagreements with our own perception of the event, but that we would all agree it's clearly self-defense. But anyway,
I think after being super negligent. That's why I always said, like, I didn't think that he should get a murder one charge. Yes. Yeah, I don't think he should get like a first-degree murder charge. I don't even know if it should be a third. I think it should be manslaughter because of being stupid and bringing a gun to a place you shouldn't have brought it to. You know,
I mean, we agree that I think all of us agree he doesn't deserve first-degree murder. So I don't, I think we would agree on the tactics and the stuff and what else he was doing. The biggest problem I have again is making the paramedic guy like he was some monster attacking somebody. Like that's not fair either. We're like, especially someone who supports guns. That's just silly. You know?
All right, Brent.
All right, see y'all.
Have a good one, Brent. Appreciate it. All right, guys. I'm gonna check out myself. I appreciate it. Have a good one.
All right, man. Peace.
All right, man. Bye.
Thank you to Ben, Brent, and Mark. Thank you to Dave Blair at DaveBlairMusic.com. Thank you to Feedspot.com for promoting the Right to Reason to the top 10 atheist podcasts. Thank you to our patrons. Rob Schreck at $10, Larry Wilson 8, Michael Moore 5, Catherine Class 5, Freethinker 215 at 2, Phil Calderon at 2, and our $1 patrons, Brittany Catherman, Alan Marks, Philip Spawn, Bernard Lamberell, Enema Man, and our top supporter, Rob Montgomery at $20. You can support this broadcast at patreon.com/right and learn more at therighttoreason.com. Next week, we will hear a debate on the validity of the resurrection of Christ between Caleb Jackson and T-Jump. Between now and then, fight for your right to reason.
This is the Right to Reason podcast.